Now it looks like a Mars stopover will be pretty risky.
I'm Renee San Miguel, and we are big video game hunting on Hot Wired. If you already own the handheld video gaming market like Nintendo does, then why would you want to tinker with success? Well, for some reason, Nintendo wants to do that with the release of its brand new Game Boy Advance SP handheld computer game. Joining us now from San Francisco to talk more about this is Phil Theobald. He is the reviews editor of GameNOW magazine. Phil, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what is the attraction here? Why would Nintendo, I mean, they've already sold millions of Game Boys ever since the very first Game Boy came out. Why would they want to do this?
Well, basically, at this point, Nintendo is, well, they're not going to say this, but they're kind of correcting the mistakes that they should have fixed multiple years ago by adding the light to the Game Boy. This makes it just a lot easier to see, a lot easier to really get into the games.
Now, you're talking about the backlight on it, right? I mean, that was always an issue with the previous Game Boy Advances?
Right. Big problem with the Game Boys from the initial one was that you really weren't able to see the screen if you held it at a little bit of an angle or anything like that. So now with the light, which actually is coming from the front of the screen, it's not technically a backlight. It's coming from just underneath the screen in the front, but it shines a light up on the whole screen and just really allows you to see all the little minute details in the games.
What about the different design? I mean, is this targeting a different kind of a video game player?
Well, the new look of it, it's a lot sleeker, a lot more mature. It looks kind of like a little cell phone or like a little mini laptop. So it's definitely seems to be kind of geared towards the older gamers.
Now, if I've been playing a Game Boy Advance for a while, whether I'm 13 or 30 years old, will this support all of the games and including the new e-reader card system that Nintendo came out with last year?
Yeah, actually, we tested that out ourselves with the unit, and it does support the e-reader, first of all, and it supports the GameCube to GBA link. And all of the games are supported. There is one exception to the support rule, and that's a game that came out for the Game Boy Color not too long ago called Kirby's Tilt and Tumble.
Okay.
And it's not so much an incompatibility issue, but it's just the different location of the cartridge slot on the new Game Boy Advance messes up with the motion sensing technology that's inside that particular game.
Okay, and I guess finally, what do you think? You think they're going to have success with this? I mean, it's selling at the same price as a Game Boy Advance, right, or is it more?
It's the retail price for the SP is going to be $99.95, about $30 more than the standard Game Boy Advance. And I've been playing it for the past couple weeks now, and it's fantastic. Just the light adds so much to it.
Okay, Phil Theobald with GameNOW magazine. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks again for having me.
I'm Renee San Miguel. That's Hot Wired for this hour.
Doctors have been walking off the job recently to protest skyrocketing